Welcome back to another episode of the Todd Durkin Impact Show. And I'm fired up today. I hope you can feel the energia coming through the airwaves. You're like, TD, why are you so fired up? I'm fired up because A, I got my workout in, B, I had a great breakfast, and C, I just kicked some tail in a great workout with my athletes. Guys, it's that season right now that I'm training all the quarterbacks. All the athletes are in, and I always say their off season is my in season. And their off season is when I do my best work because I got to get them ready for their in season. And we just had about 6 NFL quarterbacks in a session, and we were rocking and rolling. And they're down there recovering right now, and I just scooted up top because I'm like, I gotta make sure I capture an epic podcast with the energia. So I want to make sure that you're working out, that you're eating right, and you're surrounding yourself with some other fire-breathing dragons. When I say be a thoroughbred, my friend. So, hey, I hope you're feeling that energy today, whatever you're doing. If you have not yet worked out, work out. If you've already worked out, fantastic, then eat right. And I'm going to preach this till the day I die, which is going to be in about, 60 years from now. So let's keep it rolling today. So excited to share with you something that's real special. And it's all about your strategies, 5 strategies that are going to help you get you to your next level. I use this with my pro athletes. I use it with my entrepreneurs. And I talk about how it's going to help you gain fulfillment and create even greater impact in your life. Anyone else looking for more fulfillment? Anyone else looking for more impact, right? Anyone? Fulfillment and impact. These are things that make our soul sing. So I'm going to share about that today. And I'm excited about it. Before I do, I want to first say this. Thank you. Thank you for all of the feedback over the last 2 weeks. I have had epic feedback on a few things. Number one, I did a webinar about 3 weeks ago now, I think it was. It was like, man, it was almost 3 weeks when this is dropping, that I did a webinar all on your next level. What's your next level gonna be? What's your next level gonna be? And we had over 300 people sign up, 166 people were live, and then all of the people afterwards were like, TD, thank you. And that was the kickoff to our new Impact X coaching program that's launching on March 21st. March 21st. That's a good day. That's it, March 20. Oh, that's my birthday. That's right. I almost forgot it was my birthday. But yeah, the Impact X coaching program is kicking off on my birthday, March 21st. If you want to be part of that, now is the perfect time to make sure you sign up or just book a discovery call with either Kelly Watson or Tom Dexter, because part number 2 was, I want to say thank you for all of the feedback, both on Tom Dexter's episode 2 weeks ago, and then last week we reversed it and Dex interviewed me. And it was a little uncomfortable being in the seat of the passenger, so to speak, and being interviewed by Tom. But listen, Dex is a lifelong friend, known him for over 35 years, and has stated he is one of the men who was at my father's funeral. And if you heard the emotions a few weeks ago when I interviewed him, I'll never forget that until the day I die. You don't forget when you're at something like that. And who are the friends in your life? Who are those 5, those 10 people that you need to call up right after this episode, or text them during this episode right now and say, TD just said I need to text you and say thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, whatever you need to say it today. Don't delay, don't wait a single day for that. And then the last thing, besides saying thank you for listening into the webinar and thank you for the last 2 weeks of all of the shares, I think we had a record number of shares. Chase, did we have a record number of shares? He's nodding his head. Yes, we had a record number of shares on our last 2 episodes. So thank you for all of the sharing on your Instagram. I saw all the shares on Instagram and on your Facebook and everything else you're using. We see that. So thank you. And then just a reminder, please, if you have not done so, give us a 5-star rating on iTunes. We really appreciate 5-star ratings, and when you write a little endorsement, when you just give us a little kudos out there, it helps the Impact Show Continue to get up those boards, and we want to make sure that this becomes a top 10 listened to podcast in the universe. But it's people like you who are sharing these episodes that help us get to where we want this universe to be, which is all a universe that's creating more impact. Can you feel me now? Anyone? Good, good, good. I heard you. Just scream out there as you're pounding the pavement. Yeah, TD, I got you, baby. I got you. So, hey, today we're going to step back and I want to just share those 5 strategies to help you get you to your next level. When I talk about your next level and I talk about fulfillment and impact, today we're going to listen to some of those 5 things. And why? Because I find them extremely important in your life. Now, if you would like to go deeper on this, don't forget 3 weeks ago, I had a workbook for you. If you missed the webinar, go back and just download it or get it. And all you got to do to get it is just DM me replay. DM me replay. You'll get the whole webinar. The whole webinar, you're going to get it. Go to my show notes and you'll get all of the information how to do that. So you look at the show notes because I want you to have the workbook. And we spent a lot of time on that workbook. It's not only pretty, there's a lot of great questions in there that you're going to be challenged with because I want to challenge you. And when you listen to the actual webinar, if you'd like to do that after today's podcast, I did include in the webinar, like today when I refer to, hey, can you see my x-rays? Well, you're listening to the podcast unless you're watching on YouTube. But as you listen right now, you're not going to see my x-rays or all of the pics that I might be referring to on that. So just go to simply the show notes. I'll give you all of the resources inside of the show notes here, or DM me on Instagram or Facebook, replay. DM me replay, and you're going to get it sent to you within about seconds on that. So don't forget, replay, DM me. And the last thing I'll say before we go and get into these 5 strategies to help you get you to the next level is this. I want to drive home the fact is, what is your divine uniqueness? What's your divine uniqueness? I said it on the podcast, or I said it on the webinar early on. I'm going to share it here on the podcast with you because you're not going to hear it, all of that. But I want you to think about your divine uniqueness. And if you know it, keep saying it to yourself over and over again. For me, my divine uniqueness is a coach. This podcast is so that I can coach you in all areas of your life. I'm a coach driven to change lives. That's my whole mission. I'm a coach driven to change lives, and I exist to create impact. Period. Exclamation point. 3 exclamation points, mind you. But I want to know your divine uniqueness. Why? Because it's important that you know your divine uniqueness. And then do me a favor, post it. Post it. Don't hide behind it. If you're a coach or you're whatever your divine uniqueness is, share it in what you do and how you do it, how you show up from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. or 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. or whatever times you work. Everything at home is live your divine uniqueness, because we talk about fulfillment, we talk about impact. It's all about your divine uniqueness and you being the best you can possibly be. And I'm devoted in 2024, this entire year, to coach you and help you. Yes, I'm coaching you through the podcast. And every darn week, I'm going to show up. I can promise you. If you show up, I will be here. So when you listen to the podcast, I'm going to coach you. If you want more coaching, if you want deeper coaching, it now exists. So that's called Impact X Coaching, starting on my birthday, the 21st. If you want that, just go to toddurkin.com. You can see it all there. And it's going to be deep. It's going to be intense. And you're going to be around some people from all walks of life. I'm talking attorneys, physicians, teachers, financial advisors, artists, filmmakers. Literally, we've got such an amazing group already forming in the few short weeks since I announced it. But without further delay, let's go listen to these 5 strategies now. And I want you to think about these 5 strategies. And I'm going to ask you some questions in there. If you got your workbook, fantastic. If not, think about it. Maybe write it down in the notes section of your phone. But then when we're all done, I got a couple wrap-up questions for you and some thoughts so that you can use your 5 strategies so that you can get to your next level and that you can find more fulfillment and that ultimately you can create more impact.
Stay in the now, and I promise you great things can happen. Strategy number 1, also about shifting your energy. It all comes down to this. Surround yourself with a personal strategic advisory board. Have you ever heard of that term? A personal strategic advisory board with Jordan and Andrew and Tom and Chris and Greg and Randy and Brian. What are you doing? Right? What are you doing? Ryan. Like, this was a group that I had in Whitefish. They serve as a personal strategic advisory board. Men and women. Got women on there too, but in this picture, it's us guys there. Who is on your personal strategic advisory board? Have that. It's crucial for your success personally and professionally. Strategy number 2, attack your fears. Does anyone else have any fears in their life? Anyone? Oh, looks like there's a couple. Good, raise your hand. Good. Because I'm being real. As I told you I was going to be real. Number 2, attack your fears is this. How do you attack your fears when your fears are robbing you? Is you got to run at them, not away from them. You have to run at them. As much as you don't want to share your story, share your story. When I did that Reinventing Yourself podcast series, I did not want to share it. And by sharing it, some of you shared your battles that you're going through. Use fear as fuel to propel you to the next level. You know why? You see this picture? This came at a very, very difficult time because when my back was broke, my mind was shot, I was burnt out, and I was done. I was ready to tap out and go full-time to Montana, to Whitefish. And I'll share it all. Because guys, I'm going to tell you, you're never going to believe how close I was to saying, man, I don't know if I can keep going. God. Interesting. Well, when I sold part of Fitness Quest 10 to my man Jeff, I was broken. Like I was so broken that I thought I might be done. And I was like, man. And for 3 years, count them 3 years, I created more products than I've ever created in a 3-year period. Why? Because I was broken and I was using these as ways to kind of navigate my own fear of the next level, the next step. So if that's you, and even if you're tasting success, guys, I could have done that. But I knew that God was calling me to do something greater. I'm like, man, I don't know. I could just go to the mountains and chill out and write and that's it. Or that's what I wanted. But it's not always about what you want. Sometimes you're being called to do something even greater. And after 3.5 years of this, of going through some tough times in this, is sometimes you got to let fear become that fuel for the setup, not the setback. It's that setup for what's next. And I told you earlier on, a couple months ago, 2024 is going to be a big year, and there's going to be a lot of things, and this is one of them. This webinar today to help you get you to the next level. So put yourself around other people who motivate and inspire you, because let me tell you what, while that inner circle got real tight in 2020 and 2021 and 2022 and half of 2023, almost 4 years, 3.5 years, let me tell you what, the people I was leaning on, like the guy that you can't see right now right over here, my man Larry Naviglia, who I need in the room, I want in the room. I'm like, Larry, I need you in the room on this webinar on anything big. I want my man Larry here, live, right there, standing there. Find those people who you're willing to die for. Find the people that you are going to say, hey, this is what's real is going on. This is what's happening. Call them up on the phone, text them, be around them, show up at the retreats. That's why I have so many darn retreats. There's nothing like being live in the room. When you're live, trust me, just show up. No, Todd, you don't understand. I'm in a really bad place. Show up. Find a way to show up and watch what happens. Put yourself around those people and watch what happens. Because when you invest in yourself in any way, physically, mentally, spiritually, the world will shift and change. That's how you step into your next level. Yeah, that's really me. That's really Kelly and Larry and Wayne and Brenda. Look, I got a picture of you guys. This is when Wayne spoke at the retreat. Larry, what was the date and the year, Larry?
February 8th, 2014.
February 8th, 2014. He knows the date. He's like an encyclopedia. He just said February 8th, 2014. And look at, like, yeah, Julie and Frank, and like, be around the people that are going to bring out the best in you. Watch what happens with that. So up level, your fears can ultimately become your product, your program, your books, your keynotes, your impact, whatever that is. But you got to step into that. Strategy number 3, go from wanting to achieving by focusing on the right priorities. From wanting to achieving. I want this. Now let's go get it. Now let's go get it tonight. Let's go get it tonight. Let's do it tonight. Because vision without action is a dream. And we all have dreams. Those are good. And action without vision is a nightmare. Oh, I'm going to do it, but you don't have the vision. You don't have that vision. If you have vision and action, well, then good things happen. So my question is, what are you focusing on? When you think about your next level and your gifts and your talents, your passions, your purpose, what are you focusing on? Those in strategy number 3 here, what are your priorities? For me, these are mine. You write down your top 5. These aren't important for you. These are mine. So don't worry about what I have on the board. Just you put down your 5, your top 5 priorities. Matter of fact, when you put it down there, I asked you the question on that. Write it down. Who are the people? What are the priorities for you? Faith. This is my man, Pastor Jeremiah. 83 years young, man. I still train him 3 days a week. This is my dude. This is my guy. Like, He just said last week, I share it with you tonight, we're all broken. That's how the light gets in. We're all broken. That's how the light gets in. If you're broken tonight, don't worry. That's how the light's getting in. Don't feel bad for yourself. Step into that version and know, like I was broken, like y'all have been broken. We've all been broken. Maybe you're at a time of brokenness now, or maybe you're not. Maybe you're out of it. That's how the light gets in. Remember that. Family. Your family. Who are they? I can't believe this. When I was putting this together, I'm like, man, I got to share some of this. Like, man, it seemed like yesterday when Luke, Brady, and McKenna were little kids, and then we're teaching together, and they're growing up, and man, I'm going to get emotional, like looking at this, thinking, man, there's like, and then we're at football games down at Davidson, and Luke's a junior in college now, and before I know it, he's going to be off, and he's going into the Army and a law school, and all these things he's doing, like, and this was just last week. Next to me in the blue suit, beside my wife Melanie on the right, is my sister Patty, and then my mom. She's 90. I don't know if you still have parents living, but let me tell you what, to have a 90-year-old parent still living, I didn't take a single second for granted when I was down there. Your family, who are the people in your life that are allowing you to continue to step into that next best version? Fitness and health, for me, it's the man who has his health has 1,000 dreams, and he or she who does not has one. Have your health. I'm preaching to the choir here because I know you all know that, but these are my 5. You write down your 5 priorities for yourself. What is it that makes your soul sing? I shared earlier on my divine uniqueness is coaching. Well, that makes my soul sing. Coaching you right now and putting a seed in your head to say, hey, here's how I'm going to step into my next level. Well, then that's what's going to help you step into your next level, because the last part is impact and legacy. This is a key question. You must answer this. If you answer none other, is what are you doing today that will matter most in 3 years? Write it down, because if it ain't going to matter in 3 years, you better shift your priorities and your focus. What about 10 years or 25 years? Oh, Todd, you're getting big on me. Yes, I am. Because if I don't, who is? How about your generations? How about when you die or when you're 90 years old? What are you leaving behind? What is it? We have to right now, today, this week, this month, this year, 2024, we got to make sure that you and me, we create that legacy of what's going to allow us to continue to excel. And then, by the way, how's everyone doing? Can I get a little bit of fire? Because I'm fired up over here. I'm looking at all your faces. I see some smiles. Show me your teeth if you're happy. Good. Fantastic. I'm going to go 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to share my great opportunity for you. Strategy number 4, align yourself with the highest purpose. What is your highest purpose? Step into it. Step into your highest purpose tonight. Let's not wait. When I ask you the question about your divine purpose, what's God calling you to do? What are you willing to step into to be that version of yourself? Right? I love this quote, Kathy Heller. Some people are so poor that all they have is money. Huh? What does that mean? Think about it. Think about it. And as you're thinking about that, read this quote right here from my man, the Dalai Lama. Man sacrifices his health in order to make money. Then he sacrifices money to recoup his health. Then he's so anxious about the future that he does not enjoy the present. The result being that he does not live in the present or the future. He lives as if he is never going to die, and then dies having never really lived. You might want to take a picture of this, snap a picture, post it on your IG story tomorrow, and say, man, this really spoke to me, TD. Good. Where are your priorities at? Where are your focus at? What's your divine purpose? What is it? Because let me tell you what, when we talk about impact, Surround yourself with those growth-minded people. Create the networks around you and be in the room, right? When you talk about divine purpose, listen, if all of us on this call right now, we're in a room at a retreat this weekend, let me tell you what, the divine power in that room would be off the hook because of our single-minded attention on becoming more divine and being in that mindset of we're getting to the next level. So strategy number 5, the last one, and here lastly is how to maximize your full potential and move the needle on a daily basis so you can reach peak productivity and your full potential. Strategy number 5 to your next level is, hey, athlete, hey, entrepreneur, hey, boy or girl, man or woman, mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, what are you going to do to step into your full potential? Not, I know it's there, but I'm scared. I know it's there, but I don't want to hear the buts. I want to know, what are we going to do to step into your full potential? What is that? So it comes down to your habits. Those habits that you're willing to do on a regular basis, because the most important habit is who you're around, how you're thinking, the who, not the how. I love that book, Dan Sullivan. I love it. Like, it's the who, not the how. You got the strategy, you've got the hacks, you've got the tips and the secrets. All of that is like, what are we going to do? There's the 5. So as you drop your question right now, if you would like, I'll share. If you would like, there's got to be more. Yeah, there is. But if nothing else, please take an asterisk next to either 1, 2, 3, 4, or number 5, and in the chat box right now, say, TD, this really spoke to me, and here's what I'm committing to do to get to my next level.
Woo! Man, I started with gratitude, and I'm finishing with gratitude. And everything in between is going to be just a lot of content. So thank you for listening to today's episode, all about those 5 strategies. If you use those 5 strategies, I promise you, you will create more fulfillment and impact. Now, I also shared this. I shared that I was going to have a few questions for you, and I'm going to rapid fire these. So I want you to think about them as I'm going through these questions. The first question I have is this. What is your divine uniqueness? I asked you in the beginning, I'll ask you now, what is your divine uniqueness? Write it down. What are your special gifts and talents and your passions? What are your special gifts and talents that you have that you need to share with the world? What do you need to be doing more of that is going to align with your gifts? Is what you're doing so aligned with your gifts that you could proliferate your impact and significantly change this universe that so desperately needs it? If so, good. If not, it's time for action. And then I've got this question. What's the one word? The one word or a short series of words that best describes who you are and what you do. I want to know. I would love to learn more about you and what you're doing so that when you think about, man, this is all about impact. Yes, it is. And this year, all of 2024, I shared at the beginning, that's what it's all about. And here are my closing questions. If that's you, what are you going to create in these next 6 months, these next 12 months? What is it? What is that 1 or 2 or 3 things, their big 5 that you're going to create in the next 6 to 12 months? How are you going to grow? Who are you stepping into and what are you stepping into? Who are you stepping into and what are you stepping into? Because there's always a next level. So the overarching question is, what is your next level? What is your next level? What is that? Do some soul searching over these next few days. Today, think about that. And if I can help you, I would love to help you. This podcast will continue to help you. And I can't wait to continue to help you and coach you. But if as you listen to those 5, you're like, man, now's the time. I'm not going to deliberate and wait until after an election or after the economy does this or that. No. On your time. On your time, if now is the time and now it's your time, then it's time. Just go over to my website and go to toddurkin.com and either sign up or book a discovery call. It's called Impact X Coaching. Impact X Coaching. Now, we're not taking everybody, but if you are a high performer or you're a previously high performer who is stuck, stalled, or frustrated, and you want to get to the next level, or you're operating at a pretty high level now and things are pretty good, but deep down, there's something deep down saying, there's another level. there's something that you could be doing. And if you get that one idea, the one thought, the one roadmap that can help me, the one person that could do that, we're going to get to that next step. Well, that's called Impact X Coaching. And my team and I are ready to help you. But it's starting March 21st. March 21st, 2024. And I'm only launching it once a year. And it's March 21st. So if you're not on this one, see me in 2025. But I don't want another year to go by and you're like, well, things are the same. No, not the same. Step up into your next level and do it now. It's called Impact X Coaching. You can sign up or get on the discovery call. Just go to toddherkin.com and get on it. So I can't wait to see you inside of that coaching. I'll be here every Monday. Count on that. I'll be talking with you. I want to hear your feedback. I want to know the answers to your questions. And if you feel so inclined, I'll see you inside of Impact X Coaching as well. God bless you. Have an awesome day and an awesome week. And until next time, remember, train hard, eat right, live inspired, and go create impact.